Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael, your host here at MTT Finance, and today we're going to be answering the question of what is a Roth IRA? And I'm also going to be telling you why you should absolutely right now have one if you don't have one already. Before we go any farther, this is usually the part of the video where I say to like the video, so to subscribe to the channel. But I just want to give a quick shout out to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I think from the filming of my last video until the filming of this one, my subscriber number has grown up pretty significantly. Well, significantly for me, I think at the time of filming this, I'm at like 53, 54. And I really do appreciate it. That's something that is invaluable to me. I love the fact that, I'm getting likes on these videos and people are subscribing to the channel. They're watching the videos. They're writing in the comments, sharing their financial goals. And it's just nice to see and hear from people who have common goals and know that we're all in this financial journey together and we can all share and benefit from each other's wisdom. So let's get down to business and talking about what is a Roth IRA. To say it simply, a Roth IRA is a particular type of brokerage account that you put your money in as like a holding cell, and that money is used to make investments and to trade in the stock market. It differs from the traditional savings account you might have with your local bank in that the money isn't just sitting in the bank doing nothing, collecting minimal interest. Instead, that money is being put into things like index funds or stocks and ETFs so that it can grow, and then eventually you'll have more money than what you have contributed to the account. Now, what makes a Roth IRA so interesting is that the money that grows in the account grows what is called tax-free. And a lot of times with other forms of retirement accounts, such as a 401k or a traditional IRA, those will grow and be taxed as they're growing, so that when you pull money out of them, you're taxed on your profits, on what you're actually taking out of the account. However, with a Roth IRA, the difference is that the money can grow in the account totally tax-free. And when you take it out of the account, which I'll go over that in just a second, you're taking the money out completely untaxed. So let's start with the first question, which is where do you get one of these accounts? Well, it's simple. You can start one with either Vanguard or with Fidelity. I personally use TD Ameritrade for all my brokerage accounts, including my traditional stock investing account and my Roth IRA retirement account. Basically, all you need in order to set one up is access to a computer and the internet, and you have to be receiving some form of income and have a bank account that you can link it to. That's basically how you're going to put money into the account. And that's basically it in terms of setting up the account. Once again, a Roth IRA isn't an investment in itself. It's simply the account, the holding place that you're going to be putting money into so that it can grow in that account and be used towards investments, which will grow tax-free. Now, in regards to putting money in this account, the money or the contributions that you're putting into your Roth IRA is what's considered post-tax money or after-tax money, meaning that it's the money you get from your paycheck. When you get your paycheck from your employer, that money has already been taxed. And so what's left over in your paycheck is your money. That's your net profit. You're going to be using that money to contribute towards your Roth IRA. And the nice thing about a Roth IRA is that any money that you contribute to that account, you can always take out at any time without any penalties or without being taxed on it because you have already been taxed on it. Now, there is a maximum contribution limit that you can put into your Roth IRA. And as of right now, that is $6,000 per year that you can contribute to your Roth IRA. So the super nice thing about a Roth IRA is that whatever you put into it grows tax-free. So let's say right now you're 20 years old and you're going to open up a Roth IRA today, as you should if you haven't already. If you were to continue to put in the maximum contributions that you can contribute to your account, which is $6,000 per year, and you were going to do that until the age of 65 years old, by the time you are 65 years old, the money that you have put into that account and the interest that has compounded over the years will have reached $1.2 million, which, by the way, you take that out completely free of having to pay taxes. This is what's so enticing about having a Roth IRA, is that basically anyone, if they contribute the maximum amount each year and they do that at a constant rate until the age of 65, if they start early enough, can basically be a millionaire. You might be asking, is there any downside to having a Roth IRA? Well, there's not really a downside to having them, but there are some cons when it comes to comparing them to other types of investing accounts. So for instance, one of the cons of having a Roth IRA is that you can only contribute $6,000 per year. If you were able to contribute more than that, well, you'd be loaded by the time you were 65 and can actually take the money out of that account. Also, another downside to a Roth IRA is that you can't take out any of your profit money until you have hit 59.5 years old. If you were to take out your profits from your Roth IRA early, before the age of 59.5, you're going to have to pay taxes on them again, and you're going to have to pay a penalty for taking money out of the account. So the best practice is to never take the money out of the account, because then it just defeats the point of having a Roth IRA in the first place if you're going to have to pay tax on it again. The whole point of owning a Roth IRA for your retirement is that you don't want to be taxed on the money that you're making in the account. The best thing to do is just to save and budget so that you can contribute money to your Roth IRA each month or each quarter of the year, and then let that money sit in the account until you're the age of 59.5 or 65 or whenever you plan to retire and then need that money. That way you're not going to get double taxed on your money and you're not going to have to pay a penalty. So if you haven't set up a Roth IRA and have been contributing to it faithfully yet, well, go ahead. What are you waiting for? Stop the video right now. Don't stop it. Keep watching until the end. Go out, make an account, contribute to the Roth IRA, do so every year. Maybe you can't max it out with a full contribution, but anything you put towards it is going to be growing. And if time affords you, you will be able to gain compound interest every year. So one of the best things you can do for yourself to set yourself up for financial security in retirement is to start with a Roth IRA. Contribute to it faithfully each year, and by the time you're ready to retire, the money will be sitting there waiting for you. It will have grown immensely, and you'll be able to take that money out, use it for whatever you need to, and it will be completely tax-free when you take it out of the account after the age of 59.5. But anyway, that's today's video. I wanted to share about something that actually is what got me into investing. That's the first type of account I ever learned about, was a Roth IRA. And I thought to myself, wow, more people need to know about this so that more people can retire someday. But thank you so much for watching until the end. If you've liked the video, if you've gained new knowledge, well, then give this video a like. I hope you've been able to learn something and that I've been able to educate you. Also, if you like, leave a comment down below of what you think I should make a video about next. One of the difficult things I find with making a YouTube channel is to try to organize ideas. There's a lot of different channels out there that cover a lot of things with finances, and it's sometimes overwhelming because it's like, wow, there's so many different topics to talk about. So what is something that you would like to hear me talk about? I'll try to do my research on it. That way I can present it in a video. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or evening or night or whatever it is, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.